Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Will Shepherd, and I serve as the Director of the Office of Multicultural Student Affairs here at USC. And welcome to our training video, Awareness to Action, Understanding Identity and Unconscious Bias Awareness in the Gamecock community. We're going to go through a few things that's going to help you think about and improve your leadership styles and understand just who you are. Our learning outcomes. In this session, we're going to learn about your identities, explain identities of the Gamecock community, understand what is unconscious bias, and your role as a leader and identities that you may have or be in contact with as a leader in your organizations or just everyday life. Understanding your identities. What is identity? Identity is a personal identity refers to the unique traits, characteristics, and experiences that define an individual. Components of these are personality traits, values and beliefs, a life experience, and memories. If we look at this identity wheel, we all have identities that we can see on this wheel. And here's some questions that you can think about while you're looking at this. Which identities do you think about most often, least often? What identities you like to learn more about? Which identities have the strongest effect on how you perceive yourself? And also identities that have the greatest effect on how others perceive you. Definitely keep these questions in mind as you navigate learning about your identities and others. So, how do we form identities? Identities are formed in a dynamic process influenced by various factors: family and upbringing, education and career, peer influence, social interactions, media and technology. And I would also say, even by the classes we even take or the careers that we want to aspire to be in. There are societal influences that play a part. Society plays a significant role in shaping and recognizing identities. Social norms and expectations, laws and policies, representation in media all play an influence as well. Social identity is defined as how individuals define themselves in relation to groups they're part of. Components of this are group memberships, family, friends, clubs, roles within these groups, students, teachers, leaders, social roles, and norms. Cultural identity, which is different from social, refers to the sense of belonging to a particular uh, or ethnic group. Components of this is language and dialect, traditions and custom, beliefs and values specific to a culture. There's intersectionality of identities also. The theory that individuals are shaped by multiple identities. This is where the intersectionality comes in and their interest in complex ways. Components of this are examples of intersectionalities of race, gender, class, sexuality. Impact on personal experiences and opportunities play in this as well. Unconscious bias. Unconscious bias or implicit bias is an assumption or belief you have in favor of or against a person or a group of people. These prejudices are unintentional and they happen outside of your awareness. Effects of unconscious bias are unfair assumptions, preferential treatment, discrimination, harassment, and bullying, exclusionary behavior, and abuse of power. The thing is, we all have this, it's in our nature. But if we're aware of it, we can do something about it in a positive way. Take a look at this picture. What do you see? Most of you would say, well, I see A person identifying as a man that has a beard and is wearing a hat. So that is one perspective that you may see. Well, others may see this differently. Look at the same picture again. Now, what do you see? Well, you may see a gamecock eating seed out of a bowl. Well, that's different what we saw in the beginning as a man with a beard. So what we may see is different from others, and they both are correct. And we should all respect what we see, which is our lived experiences. Your role, and diverse backgrounds. Embracing diverse identities enriches societies and fosters mutual understanding. Understanding dominant and non dominant identities help us to find out where people are from and understand barriers and issues that they go through. Components of this are inclusion and representation, space for dialogue and understanding. Thinking about our policies promoting diversity and inclusion, to think where are we lacking or where can we change to make sure everybody isn't included. Here are questions to consider. How has your identity been shaped by your experiences? What challenges have you faced related to your identity? As a leader, can you handle criticism or feedback? Can your organization review policies, ensuring that they are created for the entire good of all identities on campus? What are the community norms or guidelines for the organization that are fair for all? Can all voices be heard from non dominant and dominant identities? Again, these are questions and things to consider as you shape yourself as a leader and create policies and expectations for an organization. Even going a step further is the language that we say and use when we're around other identities. Here's some continued learning I would love for you to consider doing. Continue to learn more about you. Find out who you are and your identities and understand your lived experiences and how they show up in who you are. And when you explain these to other people, they can understand who you are. Learn more about your leadership styles or styles, I would say, that can help you grow as a leader. What are your triggers? What are those things that can make you freeze, fight, flight, and so on? And how can you handle these? Well, you increase your emotional intelligence. How can you understand when things trigger you? You have the intelligence to bring and calm yourself down and make sure that you're hearing, listening, and providing feedback in a way that is not demeaning or triggering for others. These are definitely skills to be learned. So, not think that you have to have these right off the bat. We're all in this to learn and grow to be leaders. Thank you for your time. If you need other assistance, resources, or just want to stop by and chat, please come by our office in the Russell House, downstairs in the basement in the West Wing, or please call our number or email us at our mailbox, and we would love to speak with you. Thank you and have a great day.